Well, welcome everyone. And for those in this enormous ballroom, isn't it awesome to be with 1,200 other pro-life people? My name is Dr. Joe Pojman. I'm the founder and executive director of Texas Alliance for Life. We have so much to celebrate this evening. Let me begin with this. Every day we wake up, the sun rises in Beaumont. It goes overhead, travels across East Texas, Southeast Texas, across Central Texas, from the Panhandle to the Rio Grande, goes over the hill country, West Texas, and the sun sets in El Paso. And all 23 abortion facilities in Texas have ceased performing abortions. Indefinitely, all of them. The thousands of elective abortions reported each month to our state have plummeted to zero. The terrible killing in those awful structures has ended. The abortion industry, which has done so much harm to mothers and babies, is crushed. How did this happen? Well, it's been decades to get here, but in most notably in 2021, the Texas legislature passed a bill called House Bill 1280, the Human Life Protection Act, to completely protect unborn babies from abortion beginning at conception, once Roe v. Wade is overturned. Well, that was 2021. Thank you, legislature, because that bill was among Texas Alliance for Life's top priorities and of our principal partners, the Texas Catholic Conference of Bishops and Texans for Life, and a bunch of other groups. The Supreme Court did overturn Roe v. Wade in June of last year, and the Human Life Protection Act went into effect just a matter of weeks in August 2022. And I can tell you, it has been the last stake in the heart of the abortion industry. Now, like all abortions laws in Texas, women on whom abortions are performed cannot be prosecuted. Also, our laws do not allow prosecution of doctors for treatment of a miscarriage or ectopic pregnancy or other procedures to save the mother's life. But you will also find this very interesting. In 2023, the legislature appropriated vast funds to assist low-income women, especially women with unplanned pregnancies. The legislature appropriated $165 million, which we strongly supported, to provide funding for the Alternatives to Abortion program. That program helps more than 100,000 women every year facing unplanned pregnancies to assist them in carrying the baby to term, giving birth, and keeping or placing that baby for adoption. Services continue for 3 years after the birth of the child. Also, how about this? $2.35 billion for pregnant women with incomes up to twice the federal poverty level. The state's Medicaid program pays prenatal, childbirth, and follow-up care for mothers and babies for 12 months. In addition, hundreds, that's awesome. In addition, hundreds of privately supported nonprofit and church-based organizations provide programs for pregnant women and their unborn babies during and long after birth. Here's another reason to celebrate. It's a little bit more local, but in May, this past May, voters in the city of San Antonio defeated a very dangerous amendment to the city charter called Proposition A. It was a vote by voters. Now, it would prevent any city police from enforcing or even investigating violators of the state's abortion laws. San Antonio was on track to become a regional mecca for illegal abortions. Now, our political action committee, with the support of many in this room, engaged. We identified and urged tens of thousands of pro-life voters in San Antonio to get out to vote against Proposition A. We sent 120,000 text messages. We mailed to nearly 10,000 people. We did robocalls to 10,000 people. We had meetings, and I'm going to say a little bit more about that in a minute, but the bottom line is Proposition A went down on a 72 to 28% vote. Going forward, now, between protecting both mothers and babies from abortion, our state still has so much work to do. Let me ask you, are our kids and our grandchildren as pro-life as we are? How about our neighbors? How about our colleagues at work? How about our friends at churches? Let's be honest, we have a lot of work to do to hold these gains and much less to expand these incredible gains. So here's our goal with Texas Alliance for Life, and you all who are supporting this or will be supporting this, you're part of it. First, we must educate society on three main points. One, the unborn child is a baby worthy of protection. Am I right? Second, abortion hurts, not helps women and families. Third, Texas provides vast resources for women with unplanned pregnancies. Now, we are launching a major educational campaign on social media, emails, websites, speaking engagements, and fund permitting broadcasts to educate Texans.
Do pro-life laws put women's lives in danger? Texas pregnancy centers are well equipped to support women, men, and their babies.
You may have heard of a controversy involving how Texas law should best handle difficult, sometimes heart-rending situations.
Without abortion in Texas, physicians will have to treat both patients, mother and child.
The minority community are the targets in the abortion industry.
We must understand and embrace the entire arc of the human person.
There is no consistent correlation between abortion and women's progress.
And all children deserve loving parents. So we ended up adopting 4 little ones.
We're calling that the Post-Roe Texas video series. The campaign currently consists of 16 high-quality short videos, each making those points in a different way. Our first one that you saw on there with the physician features the Vice President and Director of Medical Affairs for the Charlotte Lozier Institute. They're based in Northern Virginia, the kind of think tank of the pro-life movement. And it debunks myths that our laws do not allow procedures needed to save a pregnant woman's life in those rare cases. It has been viewed already 20,000 times on YouTube and more than 50,000 times on Facebook. But we need so much more. Now, the second thing, the legislature. The legislature met last spring. I told you about the great things they were doing, and it will meet again Monday. I didn't tell you that last spring there were 10 bills introduced that would have kind of gut the Human Life Protection Act, broadening the exceptions for the life of the mother. Those exceptions would have allowed abortions on babies conceived in rape, or babies with life-limiting or terminal illnesses, or for a variety of other reasons. Those bills were all killed. They did not even get a committee hearing. For this, we have to thank the pro-life leadership in the Senate, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick. The leadership in the House, pro-life Speaker Dade Phelan. The pro-life majorities we hold in both chambers, and of course we have to thank our pro-life Governor, Greg Abbott. Legal defense. The New York-based Center for Reproductive Rights. You may not have heard of them, but let me tell you, they're a very dangerous organization. They have filed a lawsuit attacking our pro-life abortion laws, particularly the Human Life Protection Act. That case is now before the Texas Supreme Court, and our organization will soon file a friend of the court brief on behalf of pro-life legislators. And it's going to be written by our special counsel, Paul Linton, to show that nowhere in the Texas Constitution is there a right to abortion. We are very grateful to have Paul Linton. He's a national caliber attorney on the pro-life issues. He wrote the textbook, the national textbook on state constitutions and abortions. And I think the brief is very persuasive. Voting pro-life. Our state PAC and our federal PAC have a goal to reach hundreds of thousands of voters again this election cycle, as we did last election cycle, with the goal of keeping those majorities in the legislature. Now, the next election cycle is already warming up. Primary elections in March, general elections in November. We cannot thank you Leadership Circle members enough, because without your financial support, I mean, you are the boiler room of the battleship. You're the source of the energy. I also want to thank our sustaining members who help us with our ongoing expenses. They give generously each month to us. And I want to thank everyone who donates in any way, with time or with money.